Good evening, dear viewers, and welcome to RTD's English News Edition. The top stories are: the President of the Republic visits the Djibouti International Fair. In the international news, the world takes a breath from the Trump embassy transfer project. Thank you for joining us. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margile, has visited today the International Trade Fair. The President of the Republic has been received by the President of the Chamber of Commerce, Yusuf Musa Douale. The President of the Republic visited the different stands of the International Fair. The International Fair is organized by the Chamber of Commerce of Djibouti in the framework of its 120th years of anniversary in the Forum on Regional Integration. Two major events that attracted more than 500 participants, of which 350 guests were hosted during this week. The head of state has reviewed nearly 200 exhibition stands where Djiboutian, French, Saudian, Egyptian, American, Canadian, Japanese, Turkish, but also Ethiopian and Somalian enterprises were to promote all range of products and services going from industry to trade through digital and biodegradable. The Djibouti Chamber of Commerce organized yesterday at the People's Palace a meeting of tourism operators from Djibouti and Ethiopia. The purpose of this workshop was to set up a bilateral meeting to facilitate the integration of the two countries in the tourism sector. This sector is a strategic sector for both countries because it creates employment opportunities and promotes the protection and preservation of the culture of both countries, but also the fauna and flora of both countries. This is why the Djibouti Chamber of Commerce organized this meeting of tourism operators from Djibouti and Ethiopia in partnership with the National Tourism Office of Djibouti. Djibouti is one of the leading tourist destinations in the Horn of Africa region. Tourism can help change the lives of our communities, and for the well-being of tourism, it is essential to protect the ecosystems, the environment, and our tourist sites.
To the beautiful city of Djibouti. It gives me a great pleasure to be part of this tremendous event that will create an opportunity to explore more about potential tourist attraction sites of our two countries and to exchange ideas on how to strengthen the link among the tour packages.
The President of the Chamber of Commerce reminded during the meeting that the relations between Djibouti and Ethiopia is based on fraternity and very solid foundation. Let's listen to him.
Ethiopia and Djibouti share a brotherly relationship with a deep-rooted and strong foundation. Our strong relation is characterized by decades of cooperation, partnership, and trust. The collaboration opportunities between our two countries is non-countable. This meeting is significant for both our countries as it brings together operators and representatives of Ethiopians and Djibouti's hospitality industries, a sector that can further be developed and boost our economies. Ethiopia and Djibouti can cooperate and collaborate in the development of a combined touristic offer as their landscape and climate are dramatically different. Tourism industry from our countries and could complete each other. East Africa attracts more tourism from all over the world each year. A tourism in search of authenticity can wander through Ethiopian magnificent mountains, enjoy Djibouti's beautiful beach, Admusha, Maskali, Sable Blanc, Sept Frères, or get most of the inner countries with the unique, almost out of this world desert landscape, all in the same trip.
The Minister of Economy and Finances, Ilyas Moussaouali, and the Ambassador of the European Union in Djibouti, Mr. Adam Koulesh, and the Ambassador of France in Djibouti, Christophe Guillou, and the Director of ONEAD, Mohamed Fouad Abdo, signed today in the premises of the Ministry of the Economy and Finances several conventions for financing in favor of the Republic of Djibouti. They act from a project of the European Union financed exclusively through its 11th European Development Fund Investment Program number 2 for liquid sanitation and solid waste of management of the city of Djibouti has authorized in 23 million euros. In this project, whose foundation is an integrated management of issues related to the water and sanitation, will contribute to the improvement of public health in the protection of the environment. This project aims to early the actions recommended by the evaluation of the investment program for liquid seasoning and solid waste management. The 5th Forum on the Fight Against Terrorism, bringing together the French-speaking Prosecutors Association of the sub-region and those of the Indian Ocean, has closed the work today at the Hotel Campeski. It is under the leadership of the Minister of Justice, Mr. Moumin Ahmed Shah, and the supervision of the Attorney General, Mr. Jama Suleiman, that it took place. Several topics were discussed and debated during the works, namely the fight against terrorism and crime of all kinds, such as, of course, maritime tourism, human trafficking, and the flow of narcotics. It was also a matter of highlighting in this work conducted under the coordination expertise of the IPF ways and means to strengthen the collaboration of data exchanges and harmonize the different forms of laws organized and governing each country in the fight against terrorism, criminality, and therefore possible criminal acts. A training program for the blind and visually impaired persons indeed ended today at the end of the morning at the Kulleri Stadium. This program was attended by Secretary General of the Presidency, Mohammed Abdullahi Wais, and the Cabinet Director of the Presidency. This program lasted 2 weeks and aimed to teach the visually impaired to be independent. At the end of the training, the people who benefited from this program, namely the visually impaired, received certificates for having successfully completed this training. And let's recall that this program for the visually impaired is led by the head of state, Ismail Margili. The Chief of Staff of the Presidency first congratulated the beneficiaries and added that this training was a great success. The Mayor of Djibouti City, Mrs. Fatuma Osman Wale, received in the cabinet this morning a courtesy visit. The chairman of the committee yesterday morning at the courtesy visit, the President of the National Olympic Committee of Djibouti, Mrs. Aisha Garad, accompanied by this committee. On the menu of discussions and the means to enhance the development of youth in the field of sport, any discipline combined, both parties have especially insisted on doing all that is their power and continuation collaboration to take. The Mayor especially urges the other committees from the various sports federations to take the same initiative to collaborate with the Mayor of Djibouti. And the President of the Olympic Committee said she was pleased to work with the Town Hall to develop the sport for a better development of the youth for more participants. On the international news, the world holds its breath today. It apprehends the announcement by U.S. President Donald Trump his decision to transfer the United States Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Hindi Rahim details.
President Donald Trump defied counterparts warning by unveiling plan to move U.S. embassy from Tel Aviv. Donald Trump plans to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and will announce plans to move the U.S. embassy from the Tel Aviv. According to senior administration officials, there have been fears among counterparts in the Middle East and elsewhere that such as a move will threaten the effort to procure peace. The president is expected to make the announcement on Wednesday in the face of warning from the Palestinian and Jordanian leaders, among others, that a decision to move the embassy will have a dangerous consequence. The senior administration officials say the president will view it, the move as a recognition of a reality that the city was the seat of the Israeli government. Moving to the U.S. embassy is a project that will take years, the officials added, saying that it will be part of the State Department's task to find a seat. While President Donald Trump recognizes the status of Jerusalem is a highly sensitive issue, he does not think it will be resolved by ignoring the simple truth that Jerusalem is home to Israel's legislature, its Supreme Court, the Prime Minister, and as such is the capital of Israel, say an official. The statue of a divided city is highly delicate and its fate one of the thorniest issues of the Israeli-Palestinian peace process. Israel regards Jerusalem as its undivided capital and claims sovereignty over the whole city, but the international community views East Jerusalem as occupied land and the Palestinians consider it their future capital.
This is it for this news. Thank you for joining us on RTD and have a good night.